Hello, I'm Kitty Cat Woman 231. This is an MBS News Bulletin. The May 2017 GSM was on Saturday, May 20th. We'll bring you the results from the GSM. Frumple announced a new screenshot contest at the GSM on Saturday. All players member to admin can submit screenshots, and the winner will receive $10,000. We'll bring you the details. Two proposals were introduced at the GSM for extending the MRT to the Epsilon region. We'll take a look at both proposals. Frumple has indicated that the Minecraft 1.12 update will be a bad update for plugins, and that the server will not update for several months. We'll bring you more details. Two proposals for local transportation within Central City have been approved. The proposals call for a bus network and a metro system. We'll bring you more details. The senator rank is no longer a requirement to build stadiums and sports venues, and towns of any rank may now build such complexes. Major Magpie was demoted from mod hours before the GSM on Saturday due to a long period of inactivity. We'll have all that and all the other news from the GSM. We also have some breaking news. On Tuesday, April 23rd, the website, wiki, Dynmap, and files server will be offline for 8 hours for maintenance. In the United Cities, we'll take a look at the Roads Committee and the Parks and Recreation Committee and their plans for the future. And the Amazing Race 7 begins on Saturday, June 10th. We'll interview Minecraft Yoshi 26 in an exclusive interview. It's your MBS News Bulletin for Monday, May 22nd, 2017. Hello, this is an MBS News Bulletin. I'm Kitty Cat Woman 231 from MBS News. The General Staff meeting for May 2017 was held on the 20th. At the GSM, Frumple announced that the server would be holding a second official screenshot contest. The first screenshot contest was held 2 years ago, and Castle was the first place winner. His winning screenshot of the MRT Welcome Center, as well as the screenshots of the other finalists in the contest, are still featured on the MRT website. This time around, instead of staff choosing the winner will be chosen by a vote, open to all members. Submissions for the screenshot contest, which are to be posted on the MRT subreddit, may utilize any shaders or texture pack, but cannot be photoshopped beyond basic cropping and rotating. Each player may only submit one screenshot, and submission ends on June 3rd at 11:59 p.m. GMT. For full contest rules, see the MRT subreddit. The first place prize for the contest will be $10,000, while the second place prize will be $5,000. The third place prize will be $3,000. The fourth place prize will be $2,000, and the fifth place prize will be $1,000. While all other qualified submissions will receive a prize of $100. MBS News will bring you more news on the screenshot contest when it is available. At the GSM, Frumple and Justravino announced their proposals for the extension of the MRT into the new terrain added to the New World, when the MRT moved to the new Epsilon server at the end of last year. Frumple's plan, linked to on your screen, is centered around the extension of the already existing New World MRT lines. In the Northwest, Frumple proposes extending the Arctic, Taiga, Expo, Zephyr, Western, and Northern lines, with several interchanges between the lines, and each line terminating somewhere in the further northwest. In the Southwest, Frumple proposes extending the Western, Southern, Desert, and Mesa lines to new termini, with two proposed alignments for the Mesa line, as well as the construction of a possible new line running north to south and crossing each of the other lines. In the Southeast, Frumple proposes extending the Zephyr and Island lines to the southern world border, the Plains and Forest lines to the eastern world border, and the eastern line to the southeast corner of the world. The southern line will be rerouted onto a new alignment following the southern world border, ignoring the section of track built for the southern line along the Zephyr line northwest of Sakar. A possible new line would also be built along the eastern border of the world. In addition, the Valley line would be extended somewhat south of its current terminus to the coastline with the southeastern ocean. And in the Northeast, Frumple proposes extending the eastern, northern, and Expo lines, with the Expo and northern lines terminating together at the world border east of Farwater, and the eastern line terminating near the northeast corner of the world, and with a potential new line running along the eastern world border. Justravino has also proposed his own plan for the extension of the MRT. Robin proposes separating the different areas of Epsilon into regions, designating the south and southeast as Zion, the southwest as Astar, the northwest and north as Nordic, and the east as Colophon. In addition to extending the existing lines, Robin proposes a network of new lines for each region, forming different regional MRT systems for each region. Frumple stated at the GSM that his proposal would be the one that would be used for the MRT extension. However, Frumple also stated that the alignments in his proposal are not set in stone, and that the actual construction of the new lines depends on the speed at which staff construct the lines. The proposal does, however, signal that the server staff are, for the first time, seriously looking into expanding the MRT into the vast new region of the New World. The Minecraft 1.12 update won't come to the server for at least several months. Frumple announced at the GSM amidst news that the update would be released by Mojang in the near future. Frumple stated that certain critical plugins, including World Edit and Dynmap, were incompatible with 1.12, and that the server would not update until all critical plugins were updated to be compatible with the new version of Minecraft. Frumple also said that there would be a hold on new plugins until after the 1.12 update. APRed and MindMan both sent proposals for building local transportation infrastructure within Central City, which were approved at the GSM. AP's proposal calls for the construction of a metro system, while MindMan proposed a local bus network. A map of the combined system can be seen on your screen. The plan calls for 4 metro services and 4 bus routes to run through Central City. The bus routes were proposed to replace the existing Central City tram network. However, Frumple indicated at the GSM that the trams would not be removed for the time being. Towns of any rank can now build stadiums, following the decision by staff to repeal the requirement that towns and cities must be at least senator to build such venues. The decision was announced by Train the day after the GSM, after it was mistakenly not announced by Frumple in the public portion of the GSM. Hours before the GSM, former moderator Major Magpie was relieved of his duties due to his prolonged inactivity. Major, who has not been online for more than 5 months, was threatened with demotion in February. However, at the April GSM, Frumple decided not to demote him. On May 20th, Frumple made the decision to demote Major and removed his permissions as a staff member. Frozen, who resigned from his former position as admin on the day of the April GSM, was formally demoted as well. Frumple did mention at the GSM that should Major return to being an active member, Frumple would consider re-promoting him to mod. And now here's some of the other news that came out of the May GSM. Citizens and trustees can now build in Central City, lowering the previous requirement of being ranked councilor. City rank promotion batches will be done on a monthly basis and will be conducted by Train. The current batch is open for submission until voting starts on June 1st. The B12 highway from Ravenna to Titsan-Saki has been approved. The B13 highway from St. Anna to Espington via Banana has been approved. The extension of the A50 highway to Wythern has been approved. The B141 highway from Gray's End to Eleanor has been approved. An internal canal system within Bennion and the surrounding area has been approved. Fort Yaxier International Airport has been approved. The Curious Canal has been approved. F8 station has been given to Sirotz. The request for Avantheim by Elite Neon was rejected, with Frumple stating that the town would likely never be auctioned. XE4 station has been given to Cardinal Land. The request for C117 station by Toraro was rejected, and Castle's proposal for canals in the southwest and near Los Angeles has been approved. Those are the results from the May 2017 General Staff Meeting. MBS News will be there at the next GSM, which will be presumably in June, to bring you all the news as it happens. Now onto some breaking news. Frumple announced that the website, wiki, Dynmap, and files server will be offline between 4 p.m. and 12 a.m. GMT on Tuesday, a period of 8 hours. This downtime is part of a general period of maintenance announced by Frumple on May 13th. The maintenance affects the website, wiki, Dynmap, and the files server. The first period of this maintenance occurred on Thursday, May 18th, when all 4 web services went down for almost 8 hours. Stay tuned to MBS News on the Wiki and on Twitter for more developments. In the United Cities, the Roads Committee and the Parks and Recreation Committee are making plans to move forward. The Roads Committee recently announced it had finished its portion of the long-awaited A30 highway between Ravenna and Wythern, with the only remaining portions under construction in Los Angeles, under the authority of the Los Angeles government. Now, the Roads Committee has opened a form for players to request roads to be constructed by the committee. The committee was also behind a GSM proposal to extend the A50 east to Wythern and Tranquil Forest, which was approved. The committee is trying to rebuild its image after being criticized by United Cities President Castle for its slow pace at constructing the A30. The Parks and Recreation Committee is also moving ahead following weeks of negative publicity and an exodus of committee members amid internal conflict within the committee. The committee, which currently has no chair, now has a form open for players to request parks to be built in their cities, as well as to request reviews of the parks and recreational spaces in their cities. The committee was previously criticized by Castle for focusing more on reviewing towns than on building parks, the intended goal of the committee, and internal disagreements on how to implement this advice eventually led to the resignation of 3 of the 7 committee members, including former chair Soso123. Castle has indicated he will not appoint a chair to the Parks and Recreation Committee for the time being, while the committee sorts out its future plans. We'll be back after these commercial messages. This MBS video is sponsored by Local Mart. Shop at your nearest Local Mart or have one built in your town for $10. Local Mart is the one place where you should shop. By Blue Rail, connecting you better to new destinations and strengthening existing connections. Contact HVT 2011 for more info. And by the following. Welcome back. The Amazing Race 7, the latest installment of Minecraft Yoshi 26 popular game show series The Amazing Race, begins on Saturday, June 10th. The Amazing Race features several 2-player teams of players, each racing around the server and completing challenges along the way. The team to finish last in an episode of the race is most likely to be eliminated, and the first team to make it to the finish line in the final episode wins. Today we have Minecraft Yoshi 26, organizer and host of The Amazing Race, in the studio with us. Hey, Yoshi.
Hello.
So for The Amazing Race 7, you've talked a lot about the twist and how it's going to shock everyone in the race. Can you give us any information on what exactly the twist means?
Well, the twist came from an idea back a long time ago. I meant to do this maybe in season 3 or 4, quite a while ago, maybe a few years ago. But I only got to it now, since I am leaving soon. Hopefully, my last game should go a little spectacular, last season. But all I can really tell you is that it somewhat evens the playing field out for some newer members who don't know the server that much.
All right. So for the past few Amazing Race seasons that you've held, you have offered for contestants in the race to pay you money in order to guess where the starting line is. Are you going to be doing that again this race?
I will. I don't know when yet. It could be, today, tomorrow, soon. It is hopefully going to be soon. I am working on a video regarding that, actually. It's first person, I guess, exclusive. But yeah, I've been working on a video regarding that, actually. So hopefully that should get done soon, and then I will open guesses, and we'll see where that goes from there.
All right. Could you tell us how much money you're going to charge for each guess for the starting line location?
Well, last time it was $15 per, and everyone got a free guess, free guess, $50 each. But I don't know, since this starting line I feel like is pretty easy to guess. It's not that hard of a place. Because St. Anna was a little off to the side last season. This one's not that hard to guess. So I might try to raise it because people probably guess it within maybe 5-10 guesses. So it might be more, but it could be the still same 15.
All right. As far as the length of the race, do you know how many legs in the Amazing Race 7 you're planning?
I'm planning for currently 9. I'm currently about halfway through leg 5, so it's about halfway through finishing the race. It's about 9 legs and maybe 8. Most likely to be 9, but hopefully we have enough people where that fits well.
All right. And as far as where these legs go, do you have plans for the new world, old world?
I can't spoil that we will be visiting both worlds. But other than that, I can't tell you anything else. Sorry.
All right. And so you have mentioned before that you are considering recording The Amazing Race. Can you give any more details on that?
So after some discussion with some people, I don't know if it's viable to make a full episode, but I still want to try to get at least a lot of people to record because a lot of perspective gives a lot more variety of what people can see or how the race is running, etc. Keep some good memories. So I'm hoping to at least get still some people to record, maybe do a recap video or or something like that. But a full length episode for the recording is probably not going to happen at this point.
All right. Thank you, Yoshi. The Amazing Race 7 begins on June 10th. MBS will be covering The Amazing Race when it happens. This has been the MBS News Bulletin for Monday, May 23rd, 2017. For more news from MBS News, visit us on the wiki at bit.ly/MBS News and on Twitter at twitter.com/news_MBS. I'm KittyCat11231, and from all of us at MBS News, thank you for watching.